Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Unfiltered Bride Podcast. You okay, Beth?
Hello.
Oh, she's whispering because I just told her that somebody commented and said sometimes they don't like it when you shout in the microphone.
Did they say me?
They didn't say you, but I think I think it might be you.
So I'm going to whisper this whole episode.
You couldn't whisper.
I listen back and I don't think it's that bad.
It's only sometimes. I think it must have been on the
expression.
I know.
I'm just.
You're excitable.
Do you know what? You're getting the raw, authentic, genuine me. So if you don't like that,
I really don't recommend this podcast.
Anyway,
never mind. Should we just go straight to the intro and then crack on?
Yeah.
Okay, roll the intro, Brian.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding and welcome
The Unfiltered Bride Podcast. Tips from the top table and beyond.
so you know it's going to be juicy.
Guess what the Crafty Lab have done now?
What? Anything they do, I'm sure I'm going to love.
They have created larger size newspapers, and I mean like big, tabloid style.
I'm obsessed. That is so cool.
I have the best idea for these. Imagine giving one of your groomsmen like an A board to wear, and they stand at the front and hand out newspapers to guests on the way in. Like the welcome sign meets the order of the day meets fun.
That would be so good. But I'd have them around for breakfast, like croissants, fruit, and my big face on a tabloid right there.
Yes, and you'd have to save some for that iconic shot in the morning with the bridal party in their PJs in bed.
Basically, these are an absolute no-brainer.
And they are less than £4 each, so you get iconic photos, welcome signage, order of the day, and so much more for less.
You could even include your table plan, menus, basically everything because you've got the space.
Guys, get yourself to the Crafty Lab now.
And use Unfiltered for 10% off. You're welcome. So I'm sad
Why are you sad?
because it's July and I'm in jeans.
Mate, it's wet, isn't
And
it? But I can't keep up with it because it's wet and then sunny.
And I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like this has been the worst summer yet. But I don't know if I'm just like, I just forget. But like, I'm like, no, like the weddings this time last year, if I look at like my behind the scenes videos, and I was wearing dresses every single time.
I know it's difficult for you couples getting married with the rain, but it's actually a lot harder for me because in the ceremony, I'm looking outside like, cool, yeah, we'll do confetti outside. Carry on, but I turn, oh, it's fucking raining. Right. Okay. No confetti. And then I turn back around, oh, it's fucking sunny again. Right, we'll do confetti. And then the decisions I make on the day, everyone starts walking outside and then it hammers down. I'm stood there like, oh, sorry. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
It's really sunny a minute ago.
That's the thing, isn't it? You can't, it's really, it's like scorching hot, pouring rain. Scorching hot, pouring rain.
Did a wedding on, what day are we? I did a wedding on Saturday and it literally had every season in the day.
Yeah, I'm not
Went
here
from
for it.
boiling hot to just absolute downpour.
I feel like I'm in like late September going
Yes,
into
it is
October,
September.
And I'm like,
I love October.
I'm ready for my autumn.
I love October.
Ready for like a
Hot
candle,
chocolates.
ready to watch Halloween movies, carve my pumpkin.
Brian, are we away for Halloween? We're away for Halloween. We've never missed a Halloween. Let me just do my phone off quick. Oh shit. Oh shit. We always dress up. We'll have to take something to dress up. There'll be a Halloween themed kids club, won't there?
Don't be a weirdo and take clothes to dress up.
I'm gonna. We did it. Actually, no, we have been away for Halloween once. Oh, it was a few days before because I made her a cat with nothing whatsoever. I had nothing with me. Still managed to make her an outfit.
Oh, you're good.
I know.
You're very
so
creative.
Good. I'm currently in that. I think you're having a bit of a mental breakdown as well. So I thought we can join in mental breakdowns if you want.
Okay.
Mine is a different kind of mental breakdown.
Oh, what's going on?
So, which one do I put first? So I don't see my child.
Oh.
Like summer is just
we both sound well sniffly.
I know. I don't see my child. But my problem is I really love my child. But should I tell you what else I really love?
Weddings.
I really fucking love weddings. I really love being at a wedding and then I get home and I feel awful.
I think Brian should do some weddings.
What, instead of me?
Yeah.
I don't know if people would be up for that.
He
has a lot of knowledge. Don't get me
know.
wrong. He could run a wedding. I don't think he'd get the girliness as much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can tell girls to put their tits in the right place. I don't know if I picture Brian outside the church going, right, tits and teeth, flowers low, walk slowly.
Yeah, the last one I did, I like grabbed her boob and was like pulling it up.
Yeah.
No, I was pulling it to the side. She didn't want a cleavage.
No,
so.
I don't think Brian, he could logistically run a wedding.
Yeah.
But next year I am doing less weddings and I'm okay with that. But I get home. So I was away. I can't think when this episode airs, but I've just done Wednesday, which was quite far away. So I left Tuesday night, stayed over, did the wedding on Wednesday, stayed over Wednesday night, drove back on Thursday. So I was back Thursday by the time she got home from school. And then I had a wedding on Friday, wedding on Saturday, and I was back Sunday morning. And we had a lovely Sunday, and I'm sat there thinking, I feel awful, like we should be spending more time together. But then I'm at the weddings, and I'm like, I fucking love this job.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I'm supposed to win in this.
I can't comment.
I know.
I can't comment because I don't have a child.
I know. But I would hate for, because that's the worst part of my job.
Mum guilt.
Is the guilt, yeah. Do you know what she said to me the other day? What did she say? I was talking about, I've got a really busy week in August, and I was talking about it. She's like, oh, no, that's fine. So what's my guilt gift?
Oh.
What? She's like, the guilt gift. I was like, you're a dick.
Fair though. What are you gonna
What do you want?
What do you want? I can't. You're right. It's fair. Okay.
So that's where I'm at emotionally currently.
So where's your other mental breakdown?
No, that's the big one.
Yeah.
That's the big one. I don't really, like, literally there is a week in August where I don't think I'll see her
like
for the whole week.
Oh, it's making me tired.
Thinking about my week.
My
Mate,
week.
I'm fucking tired thinking about that week.
Yeah.
What's your mental breakdown for? Just life. What do you do when you have a mental breakdown?
Cry.
Do you? Are you a crier?
I'm a crier.
Yeah.
I just get really sad.
I get quiet.
I like a sad song.
Yes.
I like to
cry.
I like to be in my feelings.
Yeah,
and be like,
yeah.
I'm upset and I'm gonna allow myself to be upset and then I switch back out.
Okay. I like watching a sad film. Brian gets confused by it and I'm like, it's got to come out.
Yeah.
I've got to start it off.
But then do you know what they were saying on the radio the other day? It's called like mental health masking, and I'm throwing this word out there very vaguely, loosely, and I don't want people to come for me for it. But they were basically saying that you could have so much going on in your life, but you'll see your friends or speak to someone and they've got something else going on. You feel like, actually, God, that's so much worse than what my issue is. And then you kind of like, oh, I can't be sad about that. Like,
yes,
that situation.
That's what I feel bad for saying that I'm sad. Oh, poor me. I'm doing so well that I've got so many weddings and that I get to do this job and blah, 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 blah. But then I'm still allowed to be sad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're a bath person, aren't you? I had a lovely bath last night.
I love a bath.
I had a full sort out, you know?
We went so we went out at the weekend to watch football. I went to this fan club. Oh.
Fan club?
A car park at a football club.
Stop it.
The screen.
What the fuck?
Like,
that's disgusting.
Jack was like, Beth, this is not going to be your vibe. You're going to hate it, but come along.
Was there somewhere to sit?
Yeah, like garden white plastic chairs.
Nah, that's too much for me. Just go to a pub. What's the matter with you?
The thing is, though, I am adaptable. I can be put in a situation and get on with it. Like, I'm not a prima donna. Like, get me out of here. Like, I will literally sit and make the most of it. Like, I kind of quite like it sometimes, you know. And so we went to this fan club, and I got a Fanta because hardcore. I hadn't had Fanta in ages. Really nice, actually.
Lemon or orange?
Orange.
Yeah.
This screen was up. Fucking kept freezing. Everyone's like,
no, stop it.
All of this. Anyway, and then obviously the game was a tense game, and I was sat here. I wasn't feeling great anyway, and I was like, I'm so tired. And the sun came out, so I just closed my eyes and I was just moving a little bit, not really watching football. And then I fucking got a drink thrown over me.
What?
Not intentionally.
I was gonna say,
but they all it's like flip tables, drinks in
no.
the air. Yay, laddie. And I was like, my new bag's been stained. It was like with a cider and blacks that got knocked. And I was just like, oh. No. Anyway, my point of the story was I then went out after I dropped Jack in town, went out for like a drink just because his brother was back from Ireland and all of this. And then at 10 o'clock, I was like, I'm going home. And he was like, okay. Like, I was like, you stay out, blah, blah. I went home, had a bath, lit a candle.
At 10 o'clock at night?
Locked all the doors. Because I wasn't feeling well. And you know, when you're
quite late though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I fall asleep in that.
I was there like this. The dog was at his nan's. I had
nice.
a kid-free night. Got in the bath. I was like, you baby. So yeah, I'm a bath gal.
Okay. That's a long story to get to that. I would like to be a bath. I don't like showers, but I'm more bath, but it just takes so fucking long. And I'll go on TikTok in the bath, so it will literally be an hour.
Yeah, I do work in the bath though. Sometimes.
I have to work on a laptop. You're really good at emailing on a phone. I can't email on a phone.
I just like, it's a good way to like reply
Clear 'em
on
off.
Circle. So if you're in the hub,
Yeah. You get
you're
your
in the
replies
hub,
of Beth in the bath.
just imagine me in the bath, girls and boys.
So my wedding on Saturday. So again, when this episode airs, it was the quarterfinals on Saturday.
Yep.
I was doing a wedding, and their speeches were at the same time as the penalty shootout. Fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
did you not encourage them to?
No. So I spoke to the bride in the morning, and I was like, because obviously the problem is you don't know the day until we're way closer.
Oh yeah.
So you can't plan anything.
And you don't know if it's going to be penalties or not.
No, that's the thing. So
with England, Jesus, we love a draw, but
see, I know nothing about football. It doesn't really. So I spoke to her in the morning. I was like, "So, what are we feeling about football?" And she was like, "What football?" And I was like, "Cool, say no more." I get the message. But the venue that they were at was a really cool venue. It had a media room, so it was like a big screen in there, and it was like a little cinema space. And every time, you know, when you have to go and call everyone into wedding breakfast, you have to call everyone for confetti, like all that sort of stuff. Every time I had to go and get all the people from there, and then go over to the media room and be like, "Guys, food, come and join." Like, I don't think she minded people going, and
I think you have to embrace it.
There's nothing you can do about it. But when it was the speeches part, I did have to go in, and I was like, "Guys, literally it's speeches," and they only had one speech, so it wasn't like end of world. But when they then went in, they did the speeches. I saw a couple of people looking at their phone, and I was like, "But the problem is, they're still listening. It's not on loud." Like, I just
honestly, if it was me, I'd have no fucking choice. Jack would be like, "We're pausing the day." Like, I saw a TikTok actually. They were like in and out, and
yes, I saw the bride watching it. I think
Yeah.
you either lean right into it, or you have to just be like, "Do you know what? I'm not putting it on, but if you're getting it on your
people are
phone,
gonna
then
watch it."
whatever."
And I also think because it's the Euros,
What?
that happens every 4 years, bro?
Don't ask him.
Every 4 years.
He's not a footballer either.
4 years? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, well, because the last one, you were at a wedding that I was running. You were a guest at a wedding, and the Euros were on.
yeah, was that 4 years ago?
Must have been.
Yeah. So
They didn't win that time.
no. So
And then, but the problem is, then everyone's in a bad mood.
the Euros are the Euros. I don't think people are in a bad mood.
I think some of the boys get sad.
Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, at the end of these speeches, it was a stepdad doing them, and I was like, "Can you at the end make sure you announce everyone out of the room?" So he was doing that bit, and then somebody just stood and went, "Just FYI, England won," and everyone was like, "Way!" And I was like, "All right, cool. Get out now." That same wedding, I want to know your opinion on this, because 2 weddings this weekend have had surprises for the bride.
Ooh.
Yeah. So one I wasn't planning, so it's not really I don't mean not my problem, but as in it was nothing to do with me.
What was it?
It was, they had arranged, I can't really remember exactly what her connection with it was, but I think she did some work for like a racehorse, and they brought that racehorse. So it was like, to me,
that's nice.
To me, I can't see how it would ruin her day. It's not a big enough thing. It didn't change any of the timings. It was done during the drink reception. So
Did it poo or wee or anywhere?
No, it didn't actually.
Good horse.
And it was stunning. It was like a proper racehorse, like gorgeous. So the bit I helped with was logistics of them getting them there, getting the bride and groom hidden away, calling them out at a certain point for photos. Reaction? Loved it. The groom knew, the bride didn't.
Oh,
so when she came out, I was like, "We're just gonna do some photos here," and the photographer was her uncle and was really nice.
Did she know it was that horse?
Yeah.
Whose horse is that?
Why is there a horse? Yeah. It's like, it'd be like your dog coming. Like that, she loves this horse.
Cute.
And then I arranged for the horse to then be walked around the corner. So there's literally photos of her being like, "Oh my God." And then they had some time with the horse, which was really cute. But then the other wedding, I was full planning. So it was quite funny actually, because it was bloody annoying my end. So the bride and groom had arranged fireworks. Surprise for everybody. Nobody knew. We did the plans for it, blah, blah, blah. This was probably 6 months before their wedding. About 4 months before their wedding, her mum rings me and is like, "Hi, I'm her mum, blah, blah, blah." I was like, "Amazing." She's like, "I'd really like to arrange some like surprise fireworks for them. Can we do that?" And I was like, "Fuck, I can't tell the mum there's fireworks because the bride and groom are doing it as a surprise." But I also felt bad that the bride and groom, she's offering to pay for something here and wants to be involved. But so I was like, fuck, I don't know what to do. So I ended up sorting out, they wanted like, what's it called? It's on like a frame and the sparks all fly down from the, yeah. I couldn't find one of those. It was just, and the budget, what it was costing wasn't worth what it was. So I spoke to the firework company and they had then cold sparks. So I was like, I can get the mum to pay for the cold sparks, do all that bit. as I'm arranging, Mum was really great. I said to Mum, they don't want fireworks. I'm not doing it, blah, blah, blah. AKA, they've already sorted it. I can't tell her that. She's like, right, I want to do something. I'm like, cool, cold sparks. About a month later, the bride and groom, their message, oh, we think we'd love like cold sparks instead. And I was like, I can't find any, sorry. And they must have thought I was so shit that I was just like, no, like everywhere doesn't have
Fully
availability.
booked,
Yeah, can't do it. And they kind of left it towards the end. But then I was like, we did it as their entrance in. They walked in and we did it. And so, but the whole time I'm thinking, shit, what if they hate this? What if they didn't want their mum to have anything to do? Like, it puts me in a really awkward.
Yeah.
So if you were a bride, would you be okay with?
No,
Yes, they loved it.
I'm going to do everything I want.
That's what I mean. So what if somebody did want to do something for you? I think my rules would be it can't change.
Upgrade my honeymoon room or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Upgrade my flights.
Yeah, but that's a lot more money, isn't it?
Not when you talk about fireworks.
Yeah. All right, yeah, fair. I think my rules for it are, as long as it doesn't change the timings of the day.
Yeah.
AKA singing waiters change the timings of the day. You can't add something like that in without the couple knowing. As long as it's on theme. Oh, I like the word theme. On brand? On target? What do you want me to say? Do you know what I mean? You can't bring a horse if the wedding is like...
As long as it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, it's got a match is what I'm trying to say.
Consistent.
And number 3 is I feel like it can't take over.
100%.
It can't be the biggest thing that's happening.
God, look what I did for them.
Yeah. And it can't be like the most extravagant thing that's happening at a wedding.
Yeah.
The sparks are just a nice thing to add.
Yeah.
They're like, cool.
When they walked in, they
loved
like,
it.
What?
Because I kept saying to them, they were like, I said, when you walk in, you're going to kind of walk to the bottom of the stairs, stop there and have a kiss. They were like, so just on the bottom of the stairs. And I was like, because these 4 things were set up on the floor at this point. And I was like, no, a little bit forward than that. I was like, it will make sense. I was like, just walk in, just trust me. So they came in, I think, well, they then went off and it was really cute. And it made me really happy.
They're like, what?
Yeah. And then we used them again during their first dance and again during the champagne tower. Just before the fireworks. And then the mum on the day is like, fucking fireworks. I was like, well, I couldn't tell you there was fireworks. I loved that. That was fun. That was a good wedding.
Cute.
I had 2 really lovely weddings.
Talking about evenings, so I've seen something that I really like, and I don't know how you are gonna go with it.
Go on.
So
sell it to me. Come on.
So I've got this reel, and I'm going to make you watch the whole reel and see if you know what I'm talking about. So it's the Olivia Culpo and Christian McCaffrey wedding. It's pretty big on Instagram.
Okay.
Just wait, because I want to know if you know what I pick out of it.
Okay. She looks gorgeous.
I'm here for a long sleeve dress. I love those bridesmaids dresses as well. All white.
I'm not a white bridesmaid dress fan personally, only because I want to be centre of attention. Oh my God, look at the flowers.
I know.
Jesus Christ. Love the car with all the stuff on. But where was that car going? Oh, she changed.
3 dresses.
Yeah. And hair change.
Yeah.
I know what I want to do with this after. Continue, hold on. Oh, another change. Wow. Confetti at the end.
That's what I was talking about. But I'm here for it. I like it.
Right, what I'm going to do though...
Is it an exit?
That's not an exit, it's still light.
Okay.
This is my problem.
I like it for
this is my problem.
The dress change feels a bit sexier. A bit
Love the dress change. Right, here's my things that I've picked from this.
Okay.
First of all, that's not just a dress change, it was a hair change.
Yeah.
Shall I tell you what that means?
More time.
Time. That would have been a 12 o'clock ceremony, like at the latest. So we've got a church service that's 12 to 1. She then changes after the church, ready for the drinks reception. So she's got, they travelled in a car. So let's assume it's, 15 minutes at the least to be worth getting a car. So we're on 12 to 1, 1:15. She's then had a drinks reception, but she's going to get changed. It's at least half an hour, isn't it?
Yeah.
At the least.
Yeah.
And looking at her, I don't think that's a half an hour change. She's not going to whack her hair up, is it? She's got hairdressers and the touch-ups of makeup. I reckon 45 minutes. So that's plus the travel, an hour gone. So 12, 1, we're on 2 o'clock before she's even seen her guests at this point. She then joins. Was it American or is it English?
Don't know.
Oh. And then the confetti to me, let me picture what would have actually happened.
Can you actually say it for people listening? What the confetti was?
The confetti was just out of, I don't really know what it was.
It was like an evening confetti.
But it wasn't evening because it wasn't dark.
Dress change. Yeah, it was the third
It was definitely later. Sorry, it was definitely evening, but it wasn't nighttime.
Champagne tower and then like confetti.
You can do confetti whenever you want.
I like the evening.
I like the evening, but they would have walked through that confetti line.
Yeah.
And then what?
Into their first dance?
Yeah.
Maybe? I like
It's got to go on to something else. Otherwise, you get to the end of this confetti thing and everyone's like, yay.
Or like on the way to the champagne tower, like something like that. Like I like it.
I just always think it's difficult to gather everybody.
And I'm going to tell you something right now.
Go on.
I'm going to tell you
something
loud.
What's my name on here today? Adrian.
You look like an Adrian.
Sorry, carry on. What's your name?
Sophie.
Oh, you look like Sophie.
Sophie Trinder.
Oh, all right. Sorry, carry on. You're going to tell me something.
Hopefully
Go on.
you're listening, Sophie. Confetti.
Yeah.
Down the fucking aisle when you've got fucking candles.
We've talked about it.
Stop it! Someone did it at the weekend and it went all in my candles. And they were the sand candles.
Yeah.
And you want me to move from ceremony to wedding breakfast, and now all my candles had purple confetti in them.
Do you think this is the bit where people say you talk to the microphone too loud?
Yes.
Stop it!
Purple, like it was like dried confetti as well. And I was
Yeah.
like, it made our candles look like you had loads of black bits in, and I was like, candles? No.
I like the attention of a confetti line, so I do prefer it when everyone lines up for it. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and it's got to be inside.
But then it makes the wedding breakfast like it made us look like I was like guys. I wasn't there. They sent me a sign off. I was like, guys, why are our candles black? Like, saw that out immediately.
Yeah.
Like, Beth, it's the confetti. We can't get it out, and I'm like,
Oh.
get it out now.
Delay it all. But again, this is where your supplier job is to make sure that's all perfect.
Yeah.
Caterers are like, nah, our beef is cooking.
Yeah.
Like,
nah.
Someone has to come in the middle and be like, you got 5 more minutes. Get out. Yeah, I'm okay with stuff being anywhere. I just always think you have got to move from one thing onto the next thing. Otherwise, everybody stands there like absolute morons and it's awkward.
I got another bone to pick with you, actually. Oh. You know the wedding she was talking about? I was at that wedding. Mm-hmm. Chef's kiss.
What's the bone? I thought that went really well.
Yeah. But when I was walking back...
Where are you walking back from?
When I was doing the turnaround from church to the wedding breakfast, I was just walking and I found a bouquet led on its side outside in the fucking sun.
Did I put that there?
Who was that?
Do you think that was me?
Who was that,
Do you think that was me?
Who was that?
You tell me if you think that was me or you think that was somebody else. I know better than that.
So I went and put it in water.
Thanks for putting it in water.
Drinking.
I imagine it was probably one of the bridal party.
I was like, you know, when you see it, you're
bouquets.
like, I'm like, please.
Bouquets are really hard.
All ivory bouquets are just bruising.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got another TikTok to show
I've got
you.
loads of stuff to show you. Where's my phone gone? I just keep saving. Oh, I need to can I tell you something else about that wedding first?
Yeah.
And I want to get your opinion because I am all for banter. You know me.
Ooh.
I'm all for it.
Why
Love
is
it.
your flashlight on?
Because I'm old. I love a joke.
I feel nervous.
You should feel nervous.
Who made the joke? Oh,
I'm getting there. But I think most times in life it's appropriate to make a joke and we can have a laugh about it. Should I tell you what happened? And I didn't like it. And I don't know if they like it. I didn't speak to them about it. And do you know what? It is what it is now. But the church ceremony was stunning, but they didn't do the kiss when they normally do the kiss. And I was like, okay, fine. There's photo, video.
So when do they normally do
So typically you do a song, you do the vows, you do the rings, you do the kiss.
Yeah.
And sometimes they get them to kiss there. Sometimes they get them to put their hands on their hands, and then they put the scarf, robe thing. Sorry, I'm not religious. Over their hands, and they say, "Those who let us under may never," whatever. Hold their hands up, and then they say, "You may now kiss the bride." And they kiss. Cool. And we're all stood. I've got my phone ready. Both photographers are there. We're all at the back of the thing. Videographer. We're like, oh, they haven't kissed. Right. Okay. Maybe he's forgotten to tell them. Right. Carry on a little bit more. Oh, we'll get there. Ready? No? Okay. Right. A reading. Oh, okay. Another hymn. Right. Yeah. Brilliant. Oh, another. No. Okay. Go off and sign the register. So I said to the photographer, because she was going over to photograph the signing, and I was like, can you just ask him, like, when's the kiss?
Oh, is this Alex?
Yeah. I was like, has he forgotten to do the kiss, or
when
the fuck is this kiss? So she came back and she was like, it's after. I was like, right, fine, whatever. So we're all stood here again. The vicar then says,
No. If I think I know what you're going to say, I don't know
exactly. I can't remember word for word, but I tried to write down what it was. But basically said something like, okay, it has come to that time. So, bride, if you don't know how to do it, I can show you how. You may now kiss the bride. And I was shook.
Naughty vicar.
Naughty.
Cheeky.
Naughty, isn't it?
That's not very...
First of all, not very religious.
Yeah.
God would not be best pleased. But I also just thought that was their moment. And again, like, it's funny. It didn't ruin the wedding. Like, nobody else probably noticed, but I see so many that moment is like quite a big moment. But I was like, you don't get to take that.
I can show you.
If you don't know how to, I can show you.
How old?
Like, older than them. Dad age, I don't know. Like 60s. But I was just like, okay.
Did they really say that? Are you imagining
On my life, I swear to God, I will try and get...
What did the other guys say?
I spoke to the photographers, videographers after. And I was like, and we were talking about it in the green room bit. And I was like, I just don't think that was
Needed.
appropriate. Yeah. Like, I like it when they make jokes throughout the ceremony, but that bit is a lifetime moment, isn't it? You may now kiss the bride is the...
If you don't know how
to
do
it, I can show you.
you.
I'll try and get... I don't know if she probably won't share it. She won't be happy with it. But I was just like, no, not there.
Not
Any
now.
other point in the day, not that bit. So, yeah. That was my thoughts.
Oh, yeah, not sure on that.
I know.
Not sure on that at all. Listen to this.
Go on. I feel like we'll back and forth with stuff that we've seen this week.
Has got a best friend who's a girl. She's called Ellie. She's actually going to be a bridesmaid at our wedding. I've had a recording sent to me from another friend. She says in this recording, her and my fiance George are soulmates, that they're meant to be together, saying that me and George aren't compatible, that we shouldn't be getting married. I personally don't want her to be there at our wedding. You know Ellie? Yeah. I've been sent this recording. It's basically her slagging me off, saying that me and you shouldn't be together, that we're not a great match, that we don't enjoy...
She don't mean that. She don't mean that. She you know what she's like, Lisa? She can be a bit odd with that kind of stuff. We haven't known each other for so long, you know.
Well, you're just making excuses for her. I guess she shouldn't be saying those things.
I'm in the middle here. It's a weird one with Ellie.
You're not in the middle.
Each other so long. You know that I don't like her like that. I'm not in love with her, but she is very, very important to me. And you have to understand that. She's important to my whole family. We've known each other for so long, and you're just not seeing things from my point of view, are you? I don't want you to be in an awkward position, but she's a bridesmaid,
Well, this is the thing I wanted to speak to you about as well. Like, I don't want her at our wedding. Like, I feel like I need to, uninvite her.
You don't want her at the wedding?
No, I don't want her at the wedding. It's going to ruin the date. Like, I just feel like you need to uninvite her.
I don't want to do this. You know I don't often put my foot down, yeah, but if she doesn't come, then there is no wedding. You got to understand.
What?
First of all, that has got to be fake. Like, it got to be fake.
Do you think?
Let's talk about it in the context of if it wasn't, though, but that's got to be fucking fake.
I need part 2. What happened after this?
First of all, there is no way on this earth that you're in the middle and that you're going to put your foot down.
The comments are wild. I just
What are they saying?
See if I can find any more.
Brian's kicking off saying he thinks it's fake. What would you do if I said that there was a family friend that I didn't want there? Yeah, there's no way. Hey, I'm not here to comment on the news. I'm here to report the news.
What I was going to say is that, do you think it's common that people have people as bridesmaids that don't really want them as bridesmaids? Like, why was she ever
That's a different question for a start. First question is, yes, all the time people have people that are bridesmaids that they don't want as bridesmaids. But not very often do you have bridal party that are your partner's friends. I think we need to make it more common, although it goes back to Brian's original comment of men and women can't be friends, of having mixed gender bridal parties.
Yes.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with that, actually.
But
Fully okay with it.
would you... But...
Brian's not allowed friends that are girls.
I was literally... But only because he never has, though. If he was suddenly like, oh, there's this girl I want as a bridesmaid, I'm like, fuck off. I don't even know who it is. You wouldn't let Jack have a girl. Jack's got no close mates that are girls.
I think he did,
No.
but I never met them.
Yeah, because they swiftly left.
Tell her. I feel like you're the type of girl to have guys that are friends. Respectfully.
No, because
No, to give it context, Georgie would go out and arm wrestle people and stuff. Like, it's a bit weird. Like, she's quite masculine in that
I'm
sense.
definitely in touch with my masculine side, but I've never, no.
Like, you're quite laddish.
Yeah, I'm
like
a bit
banter,
of a...
culture.
Yeah.
But then you can be a real, like, girl. I feel like you just adapt to whatever situation you're in, actually.
I just mix it up.
Like, if you want to be a boy, you can be a boy for the day. But if
Yeah.
you want to be a girl for a day, be a girl for a
I'd
day.
be very girly. I like girly things, but I also like...
But I can see you, like, having
Boy
boys
mates.
as pals.
I definitely have boys that are pals,
Who?
but not...
Who? You're allowed... Wait, so you're
No,
allowed...
because I'm not. That's the problem. I would never do I don't text anybody.
Oh,
I would
'cause-
never meet up with a boy.
Because Brian was your friend, wasn't he?
No.
When you had a boyfriend.
No. We liked each other.
Oh.
I don't care. Sorry, ex-boyfriend, if you ever listen to this, it'd be weird if you are.
So you're that...
We were never mates.
You're that girl.
Which girl?
The girl
What girl?
that Brian told his girlfriend that you were his friend.
No. Did you ever... He says he didn't have a girlfriend at this point. He fucking did. No. We knew exactly what was happening.
I feel like I need to find these people and get the real side of the story. Jerry
Find the
Springer
people.
style.
Bring him in. Bring him in.
Okay. But people do have friends.
I have never experienced... I don't know anybody. I don't know any girls that have close guy mates. I don't know any guys that have close girl mates. My guy mates are grouped guy mates with their partners.
Yeah.
And like one partner has split up with a partner now. He's not my mate now. My loyalty is with my friend.
So I've got a question.
Go on.
So one of our brides actually got married, and they've only just got their wedding gift from his friends, his football friends.
Okay.
And they've got the wedding present is this new football team's kit before it's been released or whatever. So it's a pretty big deal for him. But she was like, great, like can't wait to share this with you. Like, take it into her to try it on.
But
If you're going to a wedding and as a wedding gift, they've both paid for the wedding, and then he's just getting the gift.
Yeah, but it's thoughtful to him, isn't it?
She's like, okay, I'm going to take some of the money out because it ain't your birthday, hun.
Birthday?
Like, it's not. It's
Oh, yeah.
from her friends, so it's like.
Yeah.
But I think that's a bit weird to give as a wedding gift.
Yeah,
there's
but it's,
two
again,
of
it's
them.
boys, isn't it? They've just gone, what should we get?
Yeah.
But 20 quid in each.
They don't think.
No. This is the difference between the sexes. This is why, typically, men and women can't be friends. Because they all want to bang each other.
Okay.
Let me find you something that I've been saving. Okay. I spoke to a supplier the other day. And they told me a story, but I have to change a little bit of the story because they're probably not supposed to tell the story. So I said, I'll change the story.
Okay.
But I'll give you the same story.
Okay.
So I think it was a florist that was telling me. But she did a wedding and the groom got very, very, very drunk.
Shock.
Yeah. So it sounds like we hate men on this episode.
No, but you know the whole episode that I said?
Oh, yeah. Well, we told you what you're allowed to drink.
What you're allowed to drink. And everyone was like, if you said this
if you
about
listened,
women.
that wouldn't happen. This wouldn't happen. So anyway, it's a multicultural wedding and they've got different nationalities and languages there. So they've got translators for the ceremony and for the speeches. So they've got there's 2 translators plus the English. So it gets done a few times. So name 2 languages. I don't know.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Chinese, English.
And one more.
Oh.
Russian.
Yeah.
So they'll say it in English.
So it's proper blended.
They'll say it in English and then the Russian translator will translate it and the Chinese translator will translate it. So he's doing his speech and he's fucked at this point. And what he ends up saying is something like, what did he say? Something like, this is one of the happiest days ever. Not like that time that I found out my dad was sleeping with his secretary and my mum nearly left him and then decided not to. So the dad is sat there like, the fuck. The mum is sat there like, the fuck. Because they're still together. They've obviously moved past it. Doesn't stop there. He's so drunk that he then like gestures to the Russian translator to be like, translate. And the translator kind of looks and is like, yeah. And then everyone just, you hear the next,
like, translate.
And then and goes to the Chinese one, no, come on, keep. And no. And you hear then everyone goes, like 3 lots of things. And the dad left. Didn't come back. But imagine it being translated twice on top of your OG thing.
And he was like, yeah, go again.
Yeah, go ahead, do it.
Okay. question, right? So obviously we've just had the general election.
We have.
And I have...
Did you vote?
Yeah, did you?
I didn't.
Why?
For my own reasons. What I should have done is gone in and done the whole I don't want to vote thing, but I didn't. Because first of all, I don't know enough about it and I don't feel like I can make an educated guess on it. And secondly, I don't actually believe anything they say anyway.
We're all fucked anyway.
Yeah, I think we're fucked.
However,
whichever way.
Women never used to be able to vote.
I know. No, I appreciate that. I
rights.
have voted previously, but I just felt personally this year, my brain couldn't even comprehend what was happening.
All right. Well,
so I'm sorry. I do apologise, but I didn't know what.
It's not good enough, actually.
No, I know.
Anyway, I'm going to talk about this.
Go on.
So I saw someone, it's on Threads. I don't have Threads, but it comes up on my Facebook now.
Yeah, they're trying to make us do it, aren't they?
Yeah. And it said,
it.
would the political orientation of your potential wedding suppliers put you off booking?
Oh, fuck off.
Someone I inquired with has just posted something that insinuates they might be conservative, and now I'm very much put off booking them. Is this universal, or do people not care?
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Brian just said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. That's ridiculous.
Just asking the question.
Is it ridiculous? I think it's ridiculous.
Would they care about their sexual orientation?
Yeah, I was going to say sexual orientation, gender then. Would you not book a florist that was a man? Like,
some people might not.
Why?
No, but like genuinely.
No. It's a good point. It's a good question.
Some people might I'm cool. You do you. As long as you're not hurting anyone, I actually don't care.
But I feel like you could then go so much further than that and be like, well, I'm trying to think of an example now. I'm not going to pick anyone that is not a vegetarian.
Yeah.
Like, fuck off. Fuck off.
Yeah.
No. No. Stop it.
Okay.
Would you care?
No. As long as you're not hurt. But like if someone had, yeah, but okay, let's flip it reverse. If someone had really extremist views and were
fair.
racist or homophobic or some openly,
yes,
I'd
that
be
would
like,
be an issue.
hell to the fucking no.
Yeah, so then why wouldn't it be an issue about Conservative and Labour? I just don't think. I also think it depends
But
on
it's
how
like-
much posting they're doing. If they're like in your face about it, that's a bit much. If they're saying I've gone and I voted Tory, fine, okay.
Don't people have the right to have their own?
Yeah, people do have the right to have their own opinions. However, I do agree with Beth.
Who cares? As long as it's not nothing to do with what you're paying them for.
No, but I
but
wouldn't
if
want someone to be
someone was
racist,
racist
and then
or
I've shared that I've used etiquette events, and then on their stuff they're
Whoa.
super racist.
Let's change that.
Sorry.
that because we are not.
No, I know. You think of a name of a business.
I can cut that out, bro. Jesus Christ, someone will cut that down
No,
into a clip.
If you had like super extremist views on your social media, then I get what Brian's saying, each to their own, but I don't want to be associated with that. So
Strong argument.
Go on.
Strong argument. We've spoke about it before. But exploitation of poorer countries and children in factories, but you still buy from the places. So it's like, actually, you're tagging X in your clothing haul, but they actually...
this is the problem. I think you can go so far. Like, you can't do it all.
I suppose they might look at people differently, but I didn't think that of them.
I definitely think an extremist view on stuff would put me off
Yeah.
somebody, only because I think I wouldn't be able to, as we've said before, like suppliers should be able to get on. I wouldn't be able to get on with someone that had extremist views on.
But I don't put my views on
No.
my business page, nor my personal page. I'm not that way inclined.
No, it's also got nothing to do with what I'm
Yeah.
doing.
But
And neither of us are racist, so we're fine. Or homophobic,
but
or...
you scream and shout about being vegetarian. That's the only thing I'd say.
That is not true. Scream and shout about being vegetarian.
I'm a vegetarian! Oh, sorry, I shouted.
But that's the other thing.
Sorry, I shouted.
Stop shouting. Somebody said to me the other day, they were like, are you okay with there being a hog roast? I was like, I don't care, I'm not eating
I
it.
asked you that.
Was that you asking me that? Somebody asked me at a wedding though.
I asked you that, and you said I used to cut it up. I was
Oh,
like, you're
yeah.
a fraud.
No, again, I'm not going to, first of all, I'm not going to kill the animal.
But you can cut a full life fucking pig up. That's disgusting.
I'm not eating it.
I wouldn't even do that.
I was a caterer. But that's like, would you let somebody join the team then? Say you're a catering manager.
Yeah.
I don't know, you own a catering business now. I'm going to come and work for you. I'm fantastic at my job, but I won't touch meat. Like, a bit of a fucking issue. Yes, that's an issue.
Yeah, I suppose it's just boundaries, isn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Honey, no.
Well, moving on.
That was a weird... where that
It's a
went.
good question, though.
It is a good question. Only because I went from the full, yeah, no, and then suddenly was like, maybe. So I spoke to someone the other week on an initial call, and we were on about, I always do the when did you get engaged and how and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, I didn't think it was ever going to come. But then I started seeing posts on my Instagram and social media, like recommended for you posts, all about engagement rings, and realised he must be looking at engagement ring. And I was like, fuck, I never even thought about that. If you're Googling at home engagement rings, it's on the Wi-Fi that then goes onto your partner's phone.
Well, I'm definitely not fucking getting engaged then, am I? All I see is Holly Robinson jewellery at the moment.
Maybe he's doing that. I never know. But when she said it, I was like...
He browses privately.
Who browses privately?
Jack.
I bet he fucking does.
Did you hear your wheeze then? Your wheeze.
I can't even make it...
That sounded like there was a demon inside there.
Didn't it? Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Because I know exactly why Jack's
Jack coming from inside you saying, shut the fuck up. Okay.
Oh God. Okay. Right.
That's a very good point.
But I was like, oh my God, the Earth's going to ruin it. So guys, you need to go incognito. And if you need some help on that, ask Jack.
Ask Jack. He's a pro. So I've seen something. Again, I like this idea, but I'm not sure you're going to.
Okay.
So it's the first dance and it's behind a curtain, but it's like backlit. So it's the shadow of them doing the first dance. Look, just look.
All right. Yeah.
So all the guests can see it. And it's like, you know, like back in the day when they used to do the shadow.
Yeah.
They're basically saying for someone who's shy. Or nervous, you feel like you're alone, but they can kind of see the outline of you.
You've got to do, though, a dance, I think.
Yeah.
Like they were actually doing it.
Like
you can't stand and sway.
Yeah.
Because that'll look a shit shadow.
a blob together.
Why is the guy just swaying?
So do you like that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would want the curtains to open at a point, though.
Yeah, at the end, obviously.
Yeah. Well, just before the end, because everyone will join.
Yeah.
I did, I spoke to a couple. I'm going to sound like a right bully. I spoke, what?
I got something funny to say as well.
Let me finish my story and you go. Did a couple's wedding the other day, the horse couple, and they didn't want a first dance. And I was like, all right, okay, like, that's fine. I was like, you do need to be near the dance floor. No one will start dancing if you two don't dance.
Yeah.
That like etiquette is people will wait for you and blah, blah, blah. So as we started getting further and further in the day, we did a dip during their couples photos. And I was like, guys, you absolutely nailed that. I was like, what? I was like, why are we not doing a first dance? And they were like, oh, I just don't really, it's a bit awkward. And I was like, awkward for who? And they were like, oh, just everybody. And I was like, no. It's awkward for you two. Yeah. Everybody else is just watching thinking, this is a nice first dance. Yeah. So I was like, if you were going to do it, what song would it be? And they said the song. I was like, so why can't, I was like, can we just do the first verse? Just the first verse. I was like, all you need to do is one spin and a dip. Because I wouldn't normally make people dip, but it was natural. They just loved it. So I spoke to them in their room and they were like, oh, actually, this is what we've been practicing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you do want a fucking first dance. You just needed someone to be like,
push you into
do a first dance. So I said to them, I was like, look, and they had a saxophonist. So I went and spoke to the sax player and I was like, if we listen to that song, can you come in at this chorus bit? So I said to them, I was like, when that sax plays, that you call them all on.
Done.
I was like, it'll be epic because the song will like drop and blah, blah, blah. Did it. They're doing their first dance, they do a dip, they do a spin. I'm like a proud mum in the corner, like, this is beautiful. Sax joins and I'm like, and I stood next to her mum because he was like, the second I call people on, you get people on. I was like, promise, no problem at all. Stood there ready to be like, are you ready to go on? As soon as he does it, like in 2 minutes they danced for. We're all stood on the side like, what? And they were just having a great time. And then later on, I was like, why didn't you go? He was like, oh, I kind of did, but I didn't know you were waiting for me to wave people. And I was like, you fucking loved it.
Oh, that's nice they did it though.
So if anyone's thinking, I don't know if I want a first dance, I promise.
Just do it.
It's not, when you're watching a first dance, it's not weird, is it?
No.
It's weird for you two stood there dancing. All you have to do is a spin and a sway and people love it.
Yeah.
And then call them on. But you'll want those photos. Like, it's
defo.
a nice moment. And I just, I love them watching do it. They look so happy. It just makes me want to cry. Love a first dance.
So,
what?
This is more for you and Brian because you're more sexually active than me.
Okay. I mean, we've got 2 lodgers at our house, but okay.
So, have you seen the
sexually active? That's disgusting. My dad literally listens to this
All right,
every week.
All right, Bab, your daughter's getting banged.
No. Not doing
Good
anything.
old Brian's giving her a good
stop it!
You've got a child. He knows you have
We
sex.
did it once. One time. Once. Brian's literally crying behind that camera.
Well, you said his golf outfits made you turn
Stop
you on.
it!
You better not cut this out because I really want your dad's reaction.
There will be no reaction. Just want my poor dad listening at home by
He'll
himself.
be like, maybe not.
Dad, when you see this, can you just text me a thumbs down and I'll share it?
Beth, this is not the one. So, I love making you scream.
We have a healthy relationship, is what you're trying to say.
Hey,
We're happy and in love.
you do you, all right?
Oh, wait, I'll do him.
I'm quite a crude person, aren't I?
You can be, yeah.
Yeah, I don't. Anyway, so this wouldn't happen at my wedding. But have you seen the sexy Polaroids going around?
Yes.
So the bridesmaids all get given a sexy Polaroid of the bride.
Yes.
So one of my brides are doing it actually. So
Are
I'm going
they?
to make sure she doesn't listen to this. Because they listen together.
Oh.
But so she sent me one the other day. She's a good friend of mine. She sent me her tit.
Her tit. Just the one?
Of like a Polaroid. It was like she's a sexy girl. Like,
See, I'm not sexy, so I couldn't do this.
She can just do what she wants. She's
Yeah.
sexy, and gonna give them him throughout the day, and
yeah.
obviously he's gonna want to keep them hidden.
Yeah.
And I've said, so definitely need to schedule some time then for you guys, because if these photos are going out,
Build them up throughout the day.
he's gonna want to dip off with you.
Yeah.
Or dip in, whichever way you'd like to look at it.
Yeah.
So we need to schedule that time. But for people that are quite freaky and a little bit naughty,
Yeah.
I kind of
I liked it. I enjoyed the video and I enjoyed his little face when
the first
seeing
one
the
he's like,
Polaroids.
whoa.
Holy shit.
So I think if you are a little bit of a freak,
Were you there when I asked Brian about a boudoir shoot?
yeah, he said no.
He said no. Brian, can you come here a sec? You
I need
asked
some
Brian his
coach-
thoughts on it.
I need some comfy shoes. Brian looks fit, doesn't he?
It's a question.
Everyone says Brian's fit. Like
Yeah.
they're shocked that he.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if that says more about you or more about Brian.
Like, oh fuck, he is actually good looking, isn't
Fucking hell, he's fit. We like him in his little director hat.
he? Yeah.
Anyway, welcome, Brian. Welcome to the pod.
Thank you.
I don't know what the question is.
About the boudoir.
Oh, why? Yeah. Wait. First of all, would you like the Polaroids on your wedding day?
I don't really get it, to be honest.
What?
You don't want pictures of my tits on the
No,
on the
I just
wedding.
I don't get it.
That don't turn you on.
I just don't.
He's like, this is a fucking trick question.
No, I just don't. I don't get why would you give me pictures of it?
It's like a little cheeky little.
Don't say it.
Yeah, but what am I going to do with those pictures?
Keep them in your pocket.
Where?
In your tucks.
In a little memory box after the wedding day.
Memory? You think I got a memory box?
You know, wank bang. Don't leave.
Don't leave. So you don't think that's sexy?
Me personally, no. I wouldn't.
Isn't it weird how like men
Men
are so different?
Should we ring Jack? Jack will want pictures. You wouldn't want the boudoir shoot either.
I'll
Some
ask
people
him.
give a book and it's got all the photos.
I just find it weird.
Why?
Because
Me
it's
specifically.
It's basically porn, isn't it? Like what?
Yeah, why would you want a bit of porn on your wedding day?
I don't know. I find the idea of it strange.
That's so weird.
People are like, yeah, please.
That's what I mean.
Go on then.
If he answers.
He's like, I'm on a race.
He's currently incognito, isn't he?
Hey, you alright?
Hey, you okay?
What's the
Yeah.
voice?
Yeah. I'm just recording on the podcast. I've got a question for you. Is that all right?
Go on.
So, for example, if we did get married and we were at our
What do you
wedding,
mean if we did get married? All we do is bang on to the
like this, let's not play up to the cameras.
Oh, no, that's just fact.
So, when we get married, then on our wedding day, if my bridesmaids presented you with some naughty photos of me throughout the day, like to be cheeky and fun, would you want it, or would you think it's weird?
I'll be like, why the fuck have you not sent to me prior anyway?
Right. Okay.
Would you want the boudoir
Would you want
shoot?
like the boudoir sexy shoot, like maybe a picture of my boobs, like on the wedding day, and you'd be shocked and be like, "Oh my god, what the fuck? I've got to put it in my tux."
No,
I wouldn't say it's quite like you, so I'd be like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
I'm not going to complain about your tits, am I?
God, Seth. My mum listens to this.
Yeah.
So
It's weird though, isn't it, Jack?
yeah, Brian's saying it's a bit weird. He's like, what am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
Like, I think the whole
Obviously.
point is to like turn you on throughout the
Yeah,
day,
to show you what you've just
show
married.
you what you've married.
Well, whilst you're on your family
Yeah.
and your wedding day.
Whilst
Why,
you're
you
at your
agreeing with it, are you?
whilst you're sat next to your nan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that'd be mint. Sat next to my brother. That'd be class.
Here's my new wife. What do you think?
Yeah. Would you?
Oh, okay.
Okay, we were just wondering. I thought Brian was like, nah, it's a bit weird. And I was like, it's weird how different men are. And George was like, ring Jack. I was like, Jack would be like, yeah, I'll have a picture of your tits. And you pretty much said
Pretty
that.
much what he said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I sounded a bit grumpy at the start as well. I'm on the top of a roof, so.
Oh, told you I said that.
cute.
He's only saying that he's on
I
camera.
know. Shut up, Jack.
Yeah, don't call me when I'm on a roof.
Okay, much love.
I love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Bye.
So you also wouldn't have you seen it as well when they're at, like, not at a wedding but a family dinner, when they sext a little picture over and they look and there's a picture.
Yeah, I get the logic of it. But
It's like naughty, isn't it? But like, I think then it's like around family, you're just like fucking sat across the table from your mum, like
With a boner.
with a boner. I hate that word. I hate that word. Boner. Boner alert.
yeah, I think Jack's right. It's like, if that's the kind of couple you are, then yeah, it makes sense. But if that's not something you've ever
Yeah.
done, like if you don't like text each other stuff like that, then you do
He
it
was
at
like,
your
that's
wedding.
weird.
Exactly. You'd be like, what is this weird tradition?
He'd be like, that's not you.
Yeah.
All right, fine. Fuck off, Brian.
I do think though, what's he gonna do with him after? To be fair,
To turn it around, would you want pictures of Jack?
I'm not. My mum listens to this. Fuck. I'm not a dick pic kind of gal.
Can I say something? And again, Dad, I'm sorry, but I think you'd be proud. I've never had a dick pic. Ever.
I don't
No,
think it's nice. I don't
it's not
think
pretty.
I'm like, what am I going to do?
I'll have an abs picture. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But even that, I think the problem is, maybe it's because I'm a bit older now, but all I do is picture them, the 40 photos they tried to take to get that one. The angles and the like, I'm just, no.
So we've concluded we're not very sexy.
We're not sexy. I'm not a sexy
coach.
person, as we've talked about how manly I am.
Oh, no, you're not manly.
No, I'm not, but I'm
You're
not sexy. I don't
think
ooze.
you are
No. No. I don't ooze sex appeal, do
Like,
I?
you don't do a striptease at home kind of thing. Do you dress up for Brian?
He wouldn't like it.
Oh, Jack would love it, but it don't happen.
No, Brian's just not really that way.
I feel like, you know, that bit of meat that's in the butchers with the string around it, and there's loads of rolls and oh yeah,
Don't be ridiculous. I think it's
so ridiculous, but you're bang on.
No, what's it called? My bride said it to me the other day. She was like, "Don't." I was tying her shoe. You know the bit that goes around the ankle.
Yeah.
She was like, "Don't do it too tight. I don't want to look like a meat something." And I was like,
Meat roll.
meat roll. I think it's the South African in Brian that he doesn't like it. He doesn't talk about stuff like that.
Well, I don't talk about it. Whereas
No.
I was with someone previously, and they were very open and honest in front about it, and their mum, and I was like, ugh.
No, I
I
don't.
was like, brother,
Brother.
that's just not me. Like, it's
No, I
just
agree.
it's not. I'm not. I wish I was.
We're not sexy gals.
Like my
What
brain.
are we then?
My brain's a bit occupied. Boring gals.
We funny?
So
We've got humour on our side?
personality higher.
Yeah,
In
like
a
I'll take the
relationship.
personality.
Yeah.
This lasts longer than the sexy.
But there are couples that are like, well,
Yeah.
for example, the couples that go off in the middle of the day and
100%.
would like that.
Yeah. Like if Brian midway through a wedding said, "Do you want to do that?" I'd be like, no.
No.
Do you mean a sex on the beach? That's a drink. Go get me one.
Yeah. And there we go.
Anyway, so should we end on a bitches from a bride?
Yes.
We are at that time already. That episode went all over the place.
Okay. Hey, girls. Anonymous, please.
These are my favourite.
Love the podcast. I've been listening for ages. I'm going to continue to listen even after my wedding in August because you're both so hilarious. There we go.
We're the funny ones.
I'm a bridal hairstylist myself and recommend your podcast to all my brides.
Oh, thanks.
I didn't think I'd be sending a bitches from a bride in as I haven't really had any problems big enough leading up to my wedding until now. Unless you count my makeup artist I booked in 2023 telling me 2 months out that she's due to have a baby 2 days after the wedding. Or not knowing the company we chose for photography actually just contract out random photographers and paired us with someone who's completely not our style
Oh.
or the style of their brand. But
Oh my
both
God.
of these have been sorted, luckily, now. I'm British living in Australia, and so is my best friend of 9 years. She's the only friend in Australia I've invited to my wedding in England simply because it's less of an ask as she goes back multiple times a year with her husband, and both of them are family friends to our families, so they also know everyone too.
Makes sense.
I invited them last year. They were both 100% coming, so I paid for and included them in the family accommodation and paid for her to get her makeup done for her customised bridal pyjamas, etc.
She's a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In May, they had to go back for her husband's brother's last-minute wedding. Not a close family, but it's his brother, so they felt like they had to, which is fair enough. The husband said because of this, he may not be able to get the time off work for mine, which is also understandable. They then booked their May flights and last minute decided to do a Europe trip on top of the brother's wedding, and they ended up being away for close to a month. I did think to myself, if it was about time off, couldn't you have just halved it and seen some countries in August? Keep in mind they go back all the time to England. But I didn't mind too much because my best friend was still coming at this point, and that's what mattered the most.
Yeah.
Fast forward to now. They've come back from their Europe trip a month ago. She's now told me she can't come to our wedding as she can't afford it. While at the same time laughed at how they spent 15k on spending money for their trip, about how much her husband is spending on her birthday next week, and still blames it on money. This isn't a last minute event. It's been planned for nearly a year, way before this Europe trip was booked or thought of. I've even offered to buy her a plane ticket. I've already paid for the accommodation, etc. And my sister who works with Emirates has also offered her a standby flight, which is 50% off the price. I'm so hurt and upset that she's not going to be there, even more so that she's put our wedding at the back of her priority list. She's more than entitled to go on her Europe trip whenever she wants. I just know if it was the other way around, I would have prioritised her wedding and planned all the other non-necessary trips around it, not instead of it. I don't know what to say to her at this point. Half of me is saying it's a long way to ask someone to go, and the other half is they go back all the time. Why couldn't they have included our wedding in their plans? They've got money clearly that they've just decided our wedding wasn't a priority. I hope that all of this makes sense, and I'm keen to hear your opinion on this because I can't tell if I'm overthinking or if I have a good reason to be upset. She doesn't know how upset I am about it because I'm the least confrontational person I know. I've just been very quiet. We usually see each other 3 times a week. I've seen her once since she told me, and she didn't bring it up at all.
Firstly, definitely allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
Like, I get that I get the distance. If you were just inviting them to that and they said they couldn't come to it, you'd be like, get it. Like, it's a long way to go. It annoys me when weddings are booked for so long. You do literally know for ages.
What annoys me is, it's like, she either thinks you're really dumb or she's telling you she can't afford it and she splashed 15k and they're doing this birthday trip and they've done this. And it's like, she knows she's told you she can't afford it, but she's telling you all these things about money. It's like either really vindictive
or she thinks you're an idiot.
Or she thinks you're an idiot.
That always annoys me when people make excuses for things because typically girls, we fucking know. Yeah. We know. Like, there's no girl that just takes surface level what you've said. But that's not true. Just be truthful.
If it was me and all of this happened and we did do that Europe trip, I'm really sorry, I messed up. I shouldn't have done the Europe trip. Yeah. I can't afford it. You've offered to pay for flights. I'd love to take that offer. Can I pay you back when I can? Like,
yeah. Or if you don't want to come, why don't you want to come? Tell me, like, I know you're not a confrontational person, but I would be like, what's the actual reason? Like, don't think I'm an idiot. What's the actual reason? Do you not want to come because your husband's not coming because you can't afford 2 of you? Get that. Totally agree. Do you not want to come because you don't think we're very close? Okay, fine. Like, what's the actual reason?
3 to 4 times a week.
So then why should not come to the wedding?
I don't know. I just think call her out.
Yeah, it's got to be called out.
Nicely worded text message.
Nicely worded text message. I don't get... it annoys me. Weddings annoy me when it's stuff like this. Because you've known for a long time.
Can we talk about the bit beforehand?
What?
Where she said about the...
photography that aren't part of the thing.
And was it the hairdresser?
Cancelling. Pregnant.
2 months before. Surely you know your due date.
Yeah, that one would annoy me. I think the ones that are more difficult is when they don't know how they're going to feel. The problem is... No, maybe I shouldn't say this.
You know,
but I'm going to say it. No, but like my pregnancy was very easy. I was fine. I was absolutely fine up until literally the day I gave birth. I could have done anything. Of
course you
throughout. I was young as well. My body was prepped. I was prime ready for it.
Prime time.
But I think then people go so far the other extreme where they're like, oh, but I'll be 4 months pregnant. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, but and I'm like,
her wedding's like 2 days
after the baby's due 2 days after like that, you know.
Come on.
Cancel all the weddings in that month.
Come on.
But how long do you wait? Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously you don't tell people you're pregnant for the first 3 months.
2 months before the wedding. What's that? 7 months.
But I also would arrange other people.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look, I'm really sorry, I can't do it, but here's 4 other people, same price, available on the date, but like put a bit of legwork into it.
I think it's like when you do this with people, when you cancel with people, it's one about the time.
Yes.
Because like I've had 2 situations actually of people cancelling, and they're like, why didn't they just tell me sooner?
Yeah. Because
You've
then you can
obviously known
yeah.
sooner.
Same.
Okay. Is that what we're ending on?
I know what the problem is with all issues that arise at a wedding. It's communication.
Communication.
Early communication. As
Like,
soon as you think
communication's
something's
a
wrong,
huge problem
generally.
Yeah.
Just a normal, like her mate should have been messaging and saying, look, we've been wanting to do this Europe trip forever. We just can't put, like, I still think it's a dick move though, so I don't really know how to help with this. But like,
there's more to it.
There's 100% more to it. Is it because you don't want to come without your husband?
Yeah.
Is that what it
come
is?
on your own.
Okay. Like at least now as the bride, I can respect what you've said a bit more because you're not lying.
Yeah. You're a liar.
You're a liar and we fucking
Who's
know it.
Emma?
Stop shouting
sorry.
in the mic. Oh my God.
Sorry. Have you seen it on Love Island?
I don't watch Love Island.
Ah, that's
Sorry.
a good meme. Who's Emma?
What's that from? Is Joey Essex still in it?
Joey Essex is still in it.
Is he good or do we like him?
He's gone a bit mute at the moment.
Oh.
But yeah, anyway.
I can't commit to Love Island.
Who's
Jesus.
Emma?
I don't even see my child, let alone Love Island.
Love Island's like that's my one thing. That's all I look forward to.
Is
night.
it?
Yeah, 9:00.
Every night?
Every night.
Every single night?
Religiously.
No, I can't. I do Zoom calls some nights.
At 9:00, you're a freak.
I can't fit them in anywhere else.
Work-life balance.
Excuse me, should I tell you why? Because my daughter's asleep.
Yeah.
So I make sure I've got the dinner off so we can have dinner together. Dinner. And then evening calls. So I'm trying to be good. This is what I mean. I'm trying.
Who's Emma?
Don't understand
The Love
the
Island
reference.
girls will get it.
Okay.
Girls
If you get it, you get it. If you get it. If you have a life, then you don't. Sorry. That's it. All right. Okay. Thanks for listening, everybody. Please, can you do all the stuff for Brian, like and follow and share and subscribe and review? And also for us, if you haven't seen the hub yet,
come and join us over at the Circle.
it's good. It's not called Circle, is it? You can download the app Circle though, which is what the hub is on.
Yeah.
But it's all going on in there, isn't it?
Chit chat.
We've got our first supplier of the month, Patty P, is in there
Patty P's
answering
in there.
everything like photography. So I think some people were asking about like poses and if your partner's not very comfortable doing photos, and it's been really helpful. So yeah, if you want more of us, get yourself to the hub. Okay.
Peace and love.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.